All right, now still reaching you live from Abuja, and I have with me Mr. Ade Ayeyemi. Is the Group Executive Officer of EcoBank Transnational Incorporated. We're going to be speaking more on issues surrounding economic growth and recovery plan and deliberations at this summit. Many thanks for joining us on Business Nigeria.
Thank you, Philip.
Well, indeed, there's no how we'll talk about development or actualizing the EGRP, that's Economic Growth and Recovery Plan, and not talking about the growth of SMEs, which is very important because we must actually, they are the bloodstream of any economy. Now, your institution, tell us what you've been doing with regards to the growth of SMEs in this country.
Okay, let me start. Thank you for having us. EcoBank Transnational Incorporated, we are an African bank. We are present in 36 countries in Africa and 4 other countries around the world. But we are predominantly originated from this part of the world. That's where EcoBank, ECOWAS, you can see the link there. And the reason we were formed was to be able to convert the dreams of the African business people into reality. And a large component of those African people are in the small and medium-scale enterprises. And that is the core of our business. And in this country and in other countries around Africa, that has been the core of the businesses that we do, enabling the small and medium-scale enterprises to be able to realize their ambition. Whether it is in providing loans to them, it is in doing trade services for them. And recently, it's in using technology as a means of connecting the buyers and the sellers that allows them to now have more track record that will enable them going forward to be able to go to the bank and say, listen, I've been trading and I have record. Historically, most of our small and medium-scale enterprises, why they cannot have access to finance is because they don't have records. And when we implemented technology that enabled them to be, we call it MasterPass or M-Visa, some people call it Scan and Pay, you see that? What that does is that no matter how small you are, you can receive payment electronically. We can see details of your transaction. On that basis, we can lend money to you.
Yeah.
You have record. You are known. And as we go forward, if you then decide to not only trade within your own country, you want to trade across ECOWAS, because of our presence in every ECOWAS country, that means that you are no longer just a customer in Nigeria, you are a customer everywhere. Whether you go to Niger, you go to Benin Republic, you go to Cameroon, around this place, you are a customer everywhere. You go to Ghana, you are a customer everywhere. The good thing is that our small and medium-scale enterprises cannot remain small and medium-scale forever. They need to have opportunity for growth. They need to interact with the rest of the African business people, the rest of the African market. That is how they can grow. Only growing within our domain is good. But it can only be so good if we can trade more.
How it looks very interesting here, facilitating trades. What about issues surrounding interest rates? It's been worrisome, and some people also have this belief that most of our SMEs too, it's going to be a two-in-one question, don't really have a good, how do I put it? They don't have this. When they come, they don't have what it takes for you to really believe that, okay, this person, this business is dependable. I can put my funds into this and we'll get our monies back. Okay. Because getting the money back is very important.
Getting the money back is very important. Historically, our experience, the banking sector experience, has not been very good. Not only with the small companies, even with the big companies.
Okay.
In fact, the bigger they are, the more they tend to default. Okay? So the small people are good.
But I will say that what we need to do as a nation and as people is to de-risk the issues with the small and medium-scale enterprises. Let us make sure that infrastructure that they need works, so that the small baba doesn't have to buy a generator to have a baba. But you don't buy paper and the thing and pay for it. But then you need to buy jerrycan, buy generator, buy those things. So that reduces the cost of doing business and increases the chances of success. The second thing is that when they supply goods, small and medium scale enterprises, please pay them. Because if they supply and you don't pay them, then that becomes a little bit that creates problem. And finally, as we go forward into the future, we now need to, as people in government, start providing some guarantees to the small and medium scale enterprises so that people people like Bank of Industry, instead of providing liquidity, they should provide guarantee. And that is the way it's been done in other markets, like in the US, in other markets, where they enable small and medium-scale enterprises to go and borrow at the risk that is very close to the risk of the government.
Let's take a break now, sir. We'll be back, GMD, to talk more about this issue. We'll take a break now. Business Nigeria will be back shortly. Yeah, I'm glad to have you back now. And I've been speaking to Mr. Ade Ayeyemi, who's the Group Chief Executive Officer of EcoBank Transnational Incorporated. We'll be speaking about issues surrounding financing. That's very important. SMEs in Nigeria and also across Africa, not just restricted to Nigeria now. Now, sir, I just issues around Forex has been worrisome when it comes to banking and all of that. But there's been a little bit of stability. I don't know what you make of this.
I think we have to, first of all, how did we get to where we got to? We got to where we got to because our major commodity oil, more than half in price, and production went down. And so the government and the central bank has a lot of work to do, and they've done that. And now we're back to stability, as we rightly said. But going forward, we need to also understand that we need to start producing what we consume. Uncle Ben's rice may be very good, but you are substituting the Uncle Ben's rice. If you don't buy Uncle Ben's rice and you buy the rice that's made in Kebbi, you can use the resources to buy other things that is needed to create infrastructure. So we as people need to make sure that we don't waste our foreign resources, which is what the government and the central bank and everybody has said. But the right thing to do is to make sure that the things that we produce what we can consume. We import what we need, not what we don't need, and we are able to also start exporting. Because there are things that we can do in this country where we have the natural resources, where we have people, and we can export. We do have a large domestic market though, but we need to be able to export to generate
foreign exchange. Very important here. Now,
not just exporting oil, by the way.
Yes. We need to. That's where diversification issue comes in again. And many say because of the little stability in production and also the forex earnings coming in, which we'll be using to defend our naira, that maybe the country might shift. But events like this make us see that the government still has this zeal to actually diversify the economy. Almost finally now, public-private partnership, talking about infrastructure now, which you identified as a major challenge, even with regards to SMEs. I think the banks also have a role to play in this. How's it been?
The bank has a role to play. All of us have a role to play. In public-private partnership, the good thing is partnership. Forget the public and the private, it's the partnership. It means that it is still a business that has to be profitable. If it is profitable, people will be in good partnership. If it's not profitable, they will not be. If there is going to be a public-private partnership in infrastructure, the pricing has to be right. If we want to get power in this country, we have to be ready to pay the right price for power. Once there's more supply of power, the price will converge. But if we want to subsidize the power, then there will be no supply. Apart from all the other things that are happening to the power, the people that have gone into the power industry and put their investment there, if the price assumption, which is a multi-year tariff that they were promised, if that doesn't happen, you will not see more investment coming in. Let us be honest. And because those investments are not coming in, our SMEs are not able to do well. Because the SMEs are not able to do well, they are not able to employ more people. Because they are not able to employ people, we now have a large army of jobless youths that are going to create problems for the nation. So for me, it is important we identify what is the right price. And then you can get the right return. And then there will be supply. We prefer to power our own private generators at more than 5 times the cost of being able to go to a public utility and pay 2 times what we pay today. We'd rather pay 5 times with our own private generator that we generate not only power but a lot of noise.
But the privatization thing, many have said that doesn't look very rosy, just like the telecom sector worked out perfectly. The power sector didn't seem to go that way.
Because the telecom sector, you will remember when the first privatization was done in 1999, you were paying how much to get a line. Nobody said this should be the price. The reason the price has come down today is because the price was left to mature. When it matures, now you can get SIM card free. In 1999, you pay 40,000 naira to get a SIM card. Today, you get a SIM card, they even tell you there's airtime on that card. It's because they were left to mature. The government, when you privatize, you need to leave it to mature. If you want to determine the price, then I, as an investor, determine the supply, which means the supply will be low.
Mr. Ade Ayeyemi, Group Chief Executive Officer of EcoBank Transnational Incorporated. Thank you very much for joining us on Business Nigeria.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we'll still be bringing you live feeds here from Abuja, where we are covering the ongoing Nigerian Economic Summit. Lots of issues here, business issues, and of course, Business Tonight will also be coming live from here, and other business segments of the news. We'll be bringing you, keeping you up to speed with happenings here live from Abuja. Well, for now, we'll take a break and we'll be back later. Thank you very much for watching.